So you're playing Shen versus Garen. You have Ignite, he has TP. Start covering, that's fine. You're giving a leash. Let's see if you give too long of a leash. Yeah, this is bad, right? Because Garen has the option of starting early in lane and possibly even using his E and just perma pushing the first wave, and then you can't take over for level 2, you can't play the levels 1 to 3 even how you want to. So even though it's nice for your jungler to get 6 auto leash like this, it's simply not worth it if you can lose so much if Garen does the right thing. So I recommend you do 3 auto attacks against pretty much everyone, but there's some champions who can do long leashes like this versus because they literally can't push you in, but there's not a lot of them. Alright. Now we're looking to place our blade, right? Place the blade. You're named Place the Blade. Your Q is up. Just do it. Do it. I mean, that works. It's not bad, but I would have done it earlier and just not stayed in range of his Q. You don't know if he's gonna play it like that, so you can get the drag through and place it at the same time. Yeah, I approve of this. Okay, so you're gonna hit level 2 after 1 minion more, and your Q is soon up. You should always walk up here. Are you gonna get level 2 before you walk up? No, you had the chance to kill him there. You actually had him dead to rights. He didn't expect it at all until he saw you were hitting it for level 2. If you ran up here, he was dead. He was dead. Damn. That's one of the things that works in high elo, it works in low elo, it works everywhere. Always try to sneak into range for taunt before you hit level 2. Always. Yeah, like you're not gonna hit the level 2 taunt now that he's expecting it. And when you miss this taunt, why don't you have placed the blade in your head? Like, sure, you're up here already. You missed the taunt. Just place the blade at least to get something done. You have your Q up. You're not gonna force a fight without your passive and E in the next couple of seconds anyway, and he's not gonna walk up. He's level 1, so like just place it. You still haven't placed it. Like, sure. Why didn't you go for the last auto attack there? Was it because his W was active or something? But still very worth. It wasn't in the very start of his W anyway. That's when it's the most strong. Let's see how you play this under his tower here. Okay, you don't have E yet. What? Why are you working? Okay, so I would definitely go for the taunt drag through here. Why? You have a huge HP lead. His passive is starting to apply as well. But I would do it even if you weren't versus Garen and he didn't have Garen passive, because you're double his HP. You're up a level. He's pretty far outside of his tower, meaning you can go in for this and take probably 1, but even if you take 2 tower shots, if you combo stuff correctly, you will get probably 2 key barriers. It's an edge case here because your W isn't up yet, but you can usually get 2 key barriers off in a trade like this if you proc everything. And even if you don't, it's worth it. Just taunt, drag through, attack, kite out, attack, press W, and they can't commit onto you, and it's just, and then he's super low, and you can just dive him if he stays. and if he runs away and tries to recall, you just wait until your minions tank and then you run past here and cancel his recall. You just never let him recall until he goes here, and then he's gonna lose a lot of this wave, all because he went for this taunt right here. Okay, here once again same situation. Just taunt. Okay, it's still okay. It's still okay, but you had the chance to get even better stuff here for sure. What is he doing? Okay, fine. We take those, I guess. What did we get here? Okay. Okay, you don't want to push this right now. What? Kuno, why? It might have slow pushed eventually. Like, this isn't a clearly freezing situation, but like, at least make him miss the maximum amount. Just walk up and place the blade and lost it at the very last second, and if ever walks close, then you punish him. Like, why are you hitting like this? Damn it, Kuno. You should know better than this. Oh no, here's some bigger mistakes again. So you just place the blade, that's fine. You have two options here when you walk up. Because you're so much ahead in items, etc. I wouldn't hate if you just multitasked while placing your blade here and taunted him. So taunt, drag through a short trade and walk away. He's not too scary. It's something I might have done, right? But if you decide to not go for the aggressive play and just place the blade, then we always want to wait for the drag through to be up again, right? You don't want to just taunt in here. Even if you hit this taunt, it's not the most worth trade. Then you should just wait until he lets you have the drag through, then attack a little bit, and then taunt, and then you get 6 empowered Qs in the trade. But here you're gonna get maximum of 3, and you're stuck like in the trade as well. So it's not a short trade where you're saving your taunt either. You're like going ham for this trade, and you don't even have empowered Qs for a long time of it. And he might even be able to kite and deny you the empowered Qs when it eventually comes up. It's just very, very bad. Like, oh my god, you're forcing this so hard, and and it wasn't even trade. Very sad, very sad. I can't believe how it got to this, like where you lost this HP when he should have lost 50% HP and you should have lost 0, but suddenly he's like regenning up to full and it's pushing back towards him, so he's chilling right now. Yeah, just sure, whatever. Just push it up, push it up. You're gonna get level 6 here. Yeah, we can try to punish him under tower here. Okay, so he's gonna go for this cannon for sure. Yeah, I would have taken that chance right there to just hit him and taunt out here. What you're doing isn't terrible either, but oh, you didn't get off your auto attack there before the taunt, did you? That's always something you want to go for. Yeah, you didn't auto attack him. Maybe just mechanics wise you failed or something, but you could have blocked that tower shot. You had passive and Q up, I think. Like, okay, so let's just watch here. So you're stuck in a situation where like he is low, right? And he's deciding to stay because he has no TP, and you're stuck in this situation forever. Why are you not just pushing this in and punishing him under tower? Like, why are you not fast pushing this? You should be shoving this right now, because like this, he's allowed to get XP and he's allowed to heal up if he stayed here. Just give him no options whatsoever and shove the wave. Like, he ends up trolling and just dying anyway here, but you shouldn't be relying on the enemy trolling, you know. And you could have like made him get way less XP. He eventually got to level 6 here, but he could have been stuck at way less if you just shoved in and punished him under tower and killed him instead. You just think about the wave in the wrong... Yeah, think about the wave wrong. Like, if you have a wave that's stuck under close to his tower like this, and you have the bigger wave, you want to get into the tower pretty quickly. Sure, if you find a trade where he walks up too far, you take it, right? Because you're trying to set up for the dive or something with poking him down. But you don't want to sit here for several minutes. It took like, I don't know, let's see. It was stuck here for... From 540... From 540 until... So like a full minute of time. Was first game of the day, so hands were still a bit rusty, still bad reason of course. Yeah. Anyway, focus on the macro aspects more then, because this is not okay. When you're like perma stuck in the worst spot of the lane, where it's the hardest to punish the enemy, it's most easy for the enemy jungler to gank you. You can't zone from XP ever. When you have a lead like this, it's not really acceptable. Sure, we're going for this. Sure, and how now it's gonna push towards the enemy. Okay, it's actually not clearly gonna push towards the enemy. Wait, what you're doing? I guess. Like, you lost XP for that and stuff. I don't like checking red too often because... Yeah. It's not great if you're gonna lose XP for it. Oh no! You did the thing I coached Pashi about yesterday. Like, this is a no-no. Never taunt in melee range. The only time I would accept it if you taunted when you're already in melee range is if you're setting up for a teammate with CC lock. So you have to guarantee they're in the same place, right? So you have to set up another CC that's a skill shot or something. That's the only time, pretty much. If he's in melee range, just never taunt. E is a mobility spell. You want to use the mobility part of it for something. So here you could have just started the trade by just walking at him and getting the drag through, and it would have hit either way because he's running at you, right? So just press Q and block his passive with your shield. You don't even have to use W for it here. You can just save that for when he's auto-attacking you after his Q and E is down or something. But just start the trade without taunting, because then in this situation where... Wait, you didn't even get the drag through. It's just all awkward. But even in the situation where you got the drag through here, right? You didn't misplay. Your Q is gonna be close to coming up pretty soon, and then you can just chase after him and you still have your taunt, and then when your Q is like 1 or 2 seconds away, then you taunt him, and then you get your Q up again, and then you get an additional drag through, and you just even finish him off or take him to 100 HP. But since he used your E for no reason while you're already in melee range, you don't have that, and now you can't chase him down for more, and you can't disengage if the enemy jungler shows up. It's just never good to taunt while you're in melee range. It has no value that way. The idea was to deny the cannon completely, but the minions didn't get finished it fast enough. Yeah, okay. So I see what you mean. I see what you mean, but that's another mistake then, because you shouldn't be too focused on denying individual minions, even if it's a cannon, when you have a chance of taking a much better trade if you don't do it. Because then the enemy gets low enough that you can deny XP, which is even more important because you're forcing the enemy to back or die. So always focus on it, like getting good trades. If you can like zone them from a cannon minion, great. But that shouldn't be your first priority. Could deny with W? No. W doesn't protect minions, it protects only champions. Like, you should either fast push it or just don't touch it at all. I probably wouldn't touch it at all. This looks like it might push to you if they focus these, and that would be the best scenario. So I wouldn't hit these at all right here. But if you're gonna hit them, you gotta fast push it. You can't just hesitate or like slow push it like you're doing here. Like hit, walk, hit. And if you try to freeze this as well, it's important to remember that you have bomb ace and you gotta stay outside of the minions when you're not going in for a last hit. Yeah, so this is fine. I would back here for sure. He's not low enough that you can really punish him hard, and you have enough gold to get your chem tank and boots, so just take that. Recall. You had R here, right? Yeah, you should definitely R the set here. Okay. Let's stop it there. We've covered enough. So main points: get like place your blade more often. Don't taunt while in melee range. Think about when you should push and when you should not more. Don't just autopilot and decide to go for something. Like commit to a decision, whether you wanna like last hit at the very last moment all the minions, or you want a hard shove. Don't let the wave be stuck here for like H's, a full minute. Never. Never, never, never. So that's it.